Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we are continuing our 5-year rebuild series here on the YouTube channel in CFB 26. Today, we are doing the Kansas State Wildcat. Now, with Kansas State, they did play Iowa State over in Ireland. They ended up getting the loss. They didn't look too good. The quarterback did not look good. And then this past week, they took on North Dakota, and they barely beat them. And now this week, I believe they're taking on Army. I believe once this video comes out, they would already have played Army. I don't know if they win or lose, but Kansas State not doing so far good in real life. And I didn't do this school last year, so we're going to do it today. So, yeah, we did both of the schools that played in Ireland. How fitting. Anyway, they come in as an 80 overall, 81 in the offense, 79 defense. They run the power spread in a 3-3-5 defense. Let's win K-State a national title, maybe more. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here is Kansas State roster quarterback Avery Johnson. In real life, he hasn't looked as good as I thought he would. He also might transfer because of our pro potential. We do have Jacob Blake and Neal there. Running back Dylan Edwards, I was a big fan of him at Colorado, and he's really good, dude. I think he got hurt in Ireland, which sucked. Joe Jackson as well, Gabe, Devon, and Mr. White there. No fullback receiver. Jace Brown, Tibbs, Bradley, Medford. I have no clue who any of these guys are. Maybe you do. Tight end, we have Garrett Oakley. How about Lincoln Kerr? Freshman, 85 speed. Maybe he could be some big piece for us on offense. Terrence Enos is our left tackle, and then these guys here, left guard, we have J.B. Nelson. We have Sam at the center. Right guard, we have Porter, Taylor Portier. George Fitzpatrick at the right tackle. We have Mr. Obizor at the left edge. Right end, we have Toby, and we have Cody, the senior. And then we have two freshmen that could be good. Damian and Uso at our D tackle. We do have two freshmen there. Sam, we have Purnell as our senior Sam. And then we have a sophomore, 75, Aza. At the mic, we have Austin Romaine, 93 overall junior. He's probably going to go to the draft this year. Gabe Powers over at our Will. Our corners, by the way, suck. Holy crap. We have Gunner at the free safety, VJ Payne at our strong safety. And I think both our safeties are center. We do have a kicker, and we do have a punter there. We got to recruit, and hopefully we can get some talent around our quarterback, Avery Johnson, and hopefully he can stay. So let's go. Matthew Bess, committed. Joe Sitzer, committed. Jeremy Hargrava, committed. Charlie Kerr Perkins, committed. Bryce Truman, committed. And ladies and gentlemen, in year number 1, we've made the Big 12 championship, taking on Texas Tech. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Heisman Trophy winner is Cade Klubnik, quarterback of Clemson. He had 4,361 yards, 42 tutties, and a 64% completion percentage. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going to the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, taking on Vanderbilt. And ladies and gentlemen, we fall 42-28 to Vanderbilt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 1 stats. Avery Johnson, 259, 374, 69% completion percentage, 3,301 yards, 25 tutties, and 4 picks. Rushing, Edwards, 205 for 1,080, 10 tutties. Johnson, 207, 551, 3 tutties. Joe Jackson, 67 for 307, 230 tutties. Gabe, 38, 116, 7 tutties. Bradley, 2 for 7. Receiving, Tibbs, 73 for 1,002, 10 tutties. Brown, 61, 795, 6 tutties. Oakley, 46, 561, 1 a tutty. Bradley, 27, 4, 10, 2 tutties. Lincoln, 28 for 294, 2 tutties. Edwards, 15 for 141, 1 tutty. Joe Jackson, 7 for 7, 3 tutties. Gabe Irvin Jr., 1 for 14. Lofton, 1 for 5. How about the defense here? 105 tackles for Austin Romaine. BJ, 82. 76 for Rowe. Gunner, 70, 68 for Fortenberry. Powers, 59, 51 for Kobe. 45 for Damian. Tackles for loss, 11 by Toby. Desmond, 10. 8 by Austin. Damian with 8. 4 by Gabe and Uso. 3 by VJ and Rowe. 2 by Asher and Cody. And 1 by Justin. Sacks, we had 6 by Toby. Desmond with 6, 4 by Austin, 3 by Damian. Powers, Asher, and Cody all with 1 interception, 2 by Payne. Rowe, 1 by Desmond, Austin, Justice, and Kobe. Obviously, we would have hoped for a better ending to the year, but let's rebound in year 2. And ladies and gentlemen, it was Texas A&M taking on Oregon in the national championship with Texas A&M coming on top 44-38. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Romine is off to the draft. We did keep Avery Johnson. We also got to keep some other people. We are also losing Dylan Edwards, so we got to go to the portal, hit it hard, and rebuild. Beneki Obana, committed. Colton Hood, committed. Cam Brooks, committed. Ben Easter, committed. Velmani Takayaki commits. Filmia Taki, committed. Enrique Delgado, committed. Taekwon Irons, committed. Bray Hubbard, committed. Aaron Karras, commits. Coy Perch, committed. Eli Bowen, committed. Teo Johnson, committed. Tavian St. Clair, committed. Aiden Hubbard, committed. Christian Gray, commits. Derek Simons, committed. Cooper Fordham, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 13th best class in the nation, the best in the Big 12. That's a great start. Year 2. Let's go win it. Alexander Green, committed. Nazir Smith, committed. LaMichael Jeffrey, committed. Connor McBean, commits. Angelo Blanco, committed. Jamal Roberts, committed. Lorenzo Glenn, commits. Carter Davis, committed. And ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 14th best class in the nation. That's the best in the Big 12. Year 3, we gotta, do something magical. Maybe win a playoff game. Maybe win an Addy. Let's go. Raymond Frazier, committed. Marquise Willie, committed. Leon Benshaw, committed. Akeem Quick, commits. Bell Gels, commits. Quincy Struggles, committed. Terrence Terrell, committed. Devon Perkins, committed. Brayden Figures, committed. Jaden Harvin, committed. Ty Paris, committed. Tyron Magulagan, committed. Decon Rashad, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ranked 1 in the land. We're going to the Big 12 championship, taking on Iowa State. Sam Warner, committed. And ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have won the Big 12, and we're off and running to the playoffs. Jeff Beavers, committed. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2027 Heisman Trophy winners, Bryce Underwood, quarterback of Clemson. He had 4,209 yards, 45 tutties, and a 69% completion percentage. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the All-State Sugar Bowl, taking on the USC Trojans. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're cursed. We can't win anything. We won the Big 12 finally, but we get obliterated in the playoff, 34-17. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 3 stats. Tavian St. Clair, 267 for 383, 69% completion percentage, 3,475 yards, 29 tutties, 1 pick. Rushing, Young, 236 for 1,287, 14 tutties. St. Clair, 209 for 6,679 tutties. Roberts, 108 for 424, 18 tutties. Barta, 4 for 12. Joe Jackson, 4 for 7 with a tutty. Earl, 1 for 1. Receiving, if it will load. Barta, 71 for 957 tutties. Glenn, 59 for 910, 9 tutties. Kerr, 69 for 8, 66, 6 tutties. Tyree, 19 for 266 with a tutty. Richard, 18 for 216, 2 tutties. Best, 18 for 166, 1 tutty. Roberts, 8 for 68, 2 tutties. Joe Jackson, 5 for 33 with a tutty. Defensively, 73 tackles for Asa Bazer with 70-68 for Fortenberry. Davis, 60-58 for Fair. Hood, 48 tackles for loss. 11 by Bianche. Charlie with 8, 7 by Cortez. Asher, 5. Jordan, 5. Joe with 3, 2 by Asa, Fair, Poppinga, and Chitty. 1 by Basil, Fortenberry, Hood, and Jack. Sacks, we had 9.5 by Beneke. Cortez, 5. 4 by Charlie. Asher with 2. Jordan Allen with 2. And Joe with 2. 1 by Poppingina. Chittia, Basil, half sack by Wesley Fair. Interceptions, 2 by Wesley Fair, Hood, Davis, and Rich. 1 by Basil, Asa, Fortenberry, and Jeremy. Hopefully, year 4 is our year. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it was USC somehow getting all the way to the championship, but thank God for Clemson beating them 35-21. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tavian St. Clair had 1 good year, and now he's leaving for the draft. We were able to keep some people, but majority, everyone's leaving. Great. Felipe Grimes, committed. Davon Kerr, committed. Micah Strickland, committed. Jaja Boyd, committed. Alfonso Darasaw, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 11th best class in the nation. That's the best in the Big 12. We have gotten a lot of talent. Year 4 could be a big year for your Wildcats. Dave Can't You committed. Cliff Dragano committed. Marcel Studemeyer committed. Dom Ramsey committed. Lawrence Frost committed. George Bondano committed. Denon Rowley committed. Eric Nortman committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are number 4 in the land. We're going to be going to the Big 12 Championship, taking on Texas Tech. Emmett Galladay committed. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 Heisman Trophy winner is Ty Hawkins, quarterback of Oklahoma. He had 3,724 yards, 38 tutties, and a 75% completion percentage. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the college football playoff, taking on Boise State. We are cursed here at Kansas State. We lose 41-41 in that overtime probably to Boise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 4 stats. Leon, 267, 22, 63% completion percentage, 3,520 yards, 27 tutties, and 10 picks. Rushing, Rice, 241 for 1,139, 10 tutties. Cam Brooks, 110 for 444, 19 tutties. Bradshaw, 188 for 344, 4 tutties. Willie, 1 for 2 with a tutty. Receiving, Glenn, 63 for 868, 5 tutties. Tyree, 58 for 804, 7 tutties. Kerr, 62 for 767, 6 tutties. Carlin, 35, 535, 4 tutties. Rice, 22 for 249, 2 tutties. Best, 20 for 219 with a tutty. Cam Brooks, 7 for 78, 2 tutties. Defensively, 89 tackles for Basil. Daryl, 864 for Jaja. Micah, 63, same with Jeremy. 56 for Charlie. 53 for Lorenzo. Papiga, 41, same with Fortenberry. Tackles lost, 33 by Charlie. 15 for Cortez. Benkei, 15. 13 for Alfonso. Papiga, 11. 7 by Basil. 4 by Deo. Daryl with 3. Darian and Ezekiel also with 3. 2 by Jaja. Jeremy. 1 by Fortenberry. Sack, 16 by Charlie, 8 by Benkei and Alfonso, 6 by Cortez. Papiga, 5, 2 by Ezekiel, 1.5 by Basil. Deo and Daryl will sack each. Jaja would half sack. Interceptions, 5 by Jaja Boyd, 4 for Strickland, 3 for Jeremy, 2 by Basil, Daryl, Fortenberry, and Kerr, and 1 by Lorenzo Waiters. We got to go to the portal and get some guys that can help us win a natty in year 5. Come on. And ladies and gentlemen, it was USC and Texas A&M meeting in the national title with USC winning 28-20. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be tough. 3 key pieces on the D-line are going to the draft. Papiga, our best outside linebacker, leaving us because he wants to go back home to Texas. He wants to go be with his mommy. But we did get to keep some people to stay with us, but some people are leaving. Come on, portal, be good to me. Dolphins already have 13, and we're not even halfway through the year. Dolphins are going to have probably a fucking half their roster by week 5. Reaver Peppers committed. Kamarian Morgan committed. Cole Wellenver committed. Austin Skullinger committed. Henry Ahmed committed. Malik Jeffrey committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 17th best recruiting class here in year 4. We've gotten the best recruiting class in the Big 12. We've gotten all the talent. It's time to bring the natty home to Kansas State. Already, ladies and gentlemen, we may have built K-State to be a football powerhouse. Cole Welver, the transfer quarterback, will be leading us with 97 throw power. We do have Leon Benshaw if we need to go to a backup. Running backs, we were a little worried about running backs. Our running back room looks fine. Our receiving core should be fine with these guys. I'm going to believe in them. Tight end, Matthew Bess. Left tackle, we have Braden. We have Enrique, 96 on that side. Angel, we have Henry, and we have freaking George, all almost 90s. Nazir Smith on the 90, Austin, 92. Our D tackles look amazing, too. Cortez, 91. Perkins with an 86 at the Sam. Mike Barzil with an 86. Alexander Green, of course, we lost our best will linebacker there. Cornerbacks look pretty freaking good. Half of them are all in the high 80s. There, Jeremy 97, Micah Strickland 95, Daryl 88, kicker 85. I mean, if this team doesn't win a natty, I might have to cry myself to sleep tonight. And you guys know the drill. It's time to turn auto recruiting on and go win a natty. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently 7-1. Our only loss is a number 7 Texas Tech. We have Colorado, Florida, Oklahoma State, and Utah left on our schedule. Hopefully, we should be fine enough to make the playoff, but you never know with college football. And ladies and gentlemen, we would go into the Big 12 championship, taking on Texas Tech. Winner gets a bye, loser has to play the first round. Hopefully, we're getting the bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we have won the Big 12, and we're probably getting a bye. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, taking on the Michigan Wolverines. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Atlanta Falcons, home of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Michigan Wolverines. Now, Bryce Underwood not here. He did transfer in this game. I believe we're better than, we're 94, 94, 96. Michigan's in the 89s. Michigan's still a really good team, but we have been cursed. We have not made it past the quarterfinal. This is our time. Let's go, K-State Wildcats. Let's go, baby. Here we are, your K-State Wildcats. First and goal at the 1. Wingner gonna hike it. He hands it off to Peppers, and that's a touchdown for your Wildcats. 7-0 for the good guys. Jaden Harvin with a 6-yard touchdown to tie things up at 17 apiece. 4th and 1. 20 seconds to go in the third. Cole. He's got Peppers. Oh, Peppers could go the way. He's going to get us to the 15. Let's go. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 14. 4th quarter. Cole. Play action. What the hell? 2nd and 10 at the 14. Hands it off. Peppers. Gonna get us a nice 4-yard gain. 3rd and 6 at the 10. Come on, Cole. Underthrown. Field goal. Cole hikes it. We're gonna go underneath. Tyree gets fucking 5. I don't know how we scored, but we scored. 27-24 defense. Let's get a stop. Here we go. It is 4th and 9. Game on the line. We just got torched. 37 seconds to... We're fucking cursed. We're fucking cursed. Underneath. Need a deep shot here, receivers. Can you get open? Please. Probably in circle. I'm legit just going to try to hope for a miracle here. 2nd and 10. Just go underneath. You've got to be fucking me. 4th down. 3rd and 5. Oh my god, no way that just fucking happened. Ha 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 ha! Suck it, Michigan, you pussies. Ha 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 ha! Ladies and gentlemen, our defense may have shit the bed in the end, but we're finally up to the semifinals. We have not been this far. Let's go, K-State. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Rose Bowl taking on USC. How is this fair? Here we are, Pasadena, California at the Rose Bowl. Of course, USC, these fucking cocksuckers only had to take a bus. We had to take a plane and a bus to get here. This is fucking bullshit. We are the talented team. We got the squad. We gotta beat USC, and of course, that I just realized that fucking song will be blaring this game. Please, please beat them. Riva Peppers with a 2-yard rush, and we have a 10-0 lead. 1st and goal at the 9. USC has scored to cut it to 3. Here we go. Cole hikes it. Riva Peppers. He's going to cut in. He's got a touchdown with ease. 17-7 K-State. All right, 3rd and 16 to begin the 4th. All we have to do is get this in field goal range. Here we go. Got him. Oh, my God, Tyree. 1st down. Let's go. 1st and 10 from the 12. I don't hear that stupid song, USC. Who's laughing now? Riva Peppers is laughing. That's a fucking touchdown. Suck my... Where's that song, USC? Oh... That's right, you can't hear it over that beautiful song. And we will now go for 2 to make it a 14-point game. Here we go, Cole. Got him. And we now have a 14-point lead. 7 minutes to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We beat Kansas State is now on to the national championship. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, it will be the 2 best teams all year. Kansas State, us, and Auburn, number 1. National title. This should be a good game. Hopefully, we bring it home. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the Hard Rock. It's a rainy night here at the Hard Rock. Auburn, best team in the land. We're the 2nd best team. But, you know, we've had heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak throughout this episode. This is our time to erase those bad memories and end on a good note. Suni Lee, I love you. She's in the crowd here to watch K-State win a natty. Mwah. K-State, let's bring it home, baby. Let's do it. All right. 3rd and 8. Be great. Cole. I threw a pick. 3rd and 6 at the 17. Hopefully we don't throw a pick again. Cole, he's going to hike it. Underneath, he's got his guy Tyree. And Tyree will get us to the 3. 1st and goal now from the 3. Cole hands it off. River Peppers. He's going to get stopped, but we're going to go for it again. River Peppers. 2nd and goal at the 1. Get in there, Peppers. He does. He is 7-0 K-State. Let's go. It is now 1st and 10 at the 21. Chance to get points before the half. Cole, he's going to hike it underneath. He's got his guy Tyree. 1st down. Clock is running. We're going to no huddle it. We do have one timeout in our back pocket. Cole, he's going to hike it. Got his guy. How the fuck did he pick that? 2nd pick of the game. Jaden Harvin, 49-yard touchdown, 14-17. D, we need to stop. 2nd and 9 at the 19. Here we go. Cole. Peppers. Fucking goes nowhere. Here we go, 3rd and 9. We get it, we win. If we don't, we might lose. Oh my God, Tyree. He's got it with ease. 1st and goal. 53 seconds. Time is dwindling. We have plenty of time. Peppers. Get in there, he's in. Touchdown, Kansas State defense. Come on. Here we go, 3rd and 5. Auburn 2 timeouts. Let's see what this guy, Anderson, I believe that is. Let's see what he got. Here we go. He's going to throw it quick, but it's picked off by Kimball. Go all the way, Kimball. Go all the way. Stick it to these SEC Hicks. Sorry for that language. I should not have said that, but we have won the natty for Kansas State. I got caught up in the moment. I'm sorry. This team has been through heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak, and we finally have brought the natty to good old Kansas State. This team was so talented. I'm surprised we didn't win it in year 3 or year 4. It took us 5 freaking years, but it doesn't matter how you get the natty. You get the natty. Lift the trophy, boys. Lift it. Lift it with pride. Ladies and gentlemen, my chat has just reminded me, this is our 3rd straight natty in 3 videos. Utah State, Southern Miss, and now Kansas freaking State. You know, we've been through a lot of heartbreak in this rebuild. We should have probably beat Boise that year. We didn't. We probably should have made a national title with one of our squads, but we didn't. But we built the squad that got the job done. And it sucks for the 3 guys that left for the NFL that previous year because they could have got a natty, but they're not getting a natty. They're going to get a paycheck from the NFL anyway. We've got it done after all the heartbreak. We did the job. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed, hit like and subscribe. When it's a like and subscribe, you guys motivate me to keep doing this. And with that being said, I hope you have a great day or have a great night, depending on when you're watching this video. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.